What's going on, everyone? In this video, I think that this is one strategy that everyone should master, and I want to show you why. This strategy will definitely bring you more profits, and with more profits, you are going to get that much closer to passing prop firm evaluations. You're going to get that much closer to taking payouts, and it's a very simple strategy that almost anyone can use. And the strategy that I'm going to be showing you guys here is what I call the VWAP remount. Okay, so a lot of times throughout the day, price action will be trading over VWAP, it will be trading under VWAP, it will test VWAP, it will sweep VWAP, but the remount is something that is going to happen right here. Okay, so notice how, and I'm going to draw a box just to kind of show you guys. Notice how we start to get this sell off. Okay, and then we open up and we sweep VWAP. Okay, well, obviously, if you haven't been trading or living under a rock and you kind of understand VWAP, volume weighted average price, you would understand that if we are trading over VWAP, we typically want to be a little bit more bullish, a little bit more long-sided with our trades. Now, don't get me wrong. Does that mean that you can't short scalp above VWAP? Of course not, right? You can take a trade wherever your heart desires, but typically speaking, you want to stay in motion with the overall bigger trend. And if the trend is trading over VWAP, we want to be a little bit more long-sided bias. So on the right-hand side of the chart, which over here we are looking at, and I'm going to take this one off here because this is going to confuse people. We are going to be looking at a 5-minute time frame. So I'm looking at this price action start to come down towards VWAP and test, starts to get a little bit of a bounce, and then sweeps VWAP. However, fails to close underneath VWAP. Okay, so once we remount, meaning price is traded under and then VWAP has now been remounted, this is what's going to indicate us to get into a trade. Now, where you are going to decide to take profits is going to be on you. If you're a mechanical style trader where maybe you're looking for a 10-point scalp, a 15-point scalp, you can definitely set that up. If you're looking to play into a previous area of resistance, a previous area of supply, you can definitely do that. You can use moving averages. In my particular case, I like to pair my VWAP with a 20 SMA, and that's going to kind of give me a little bit of a padding, a little bit of a cushion. It's going to give me a little bit of a zone that I can work with. So in this particular case, once we remount VWAP, I'm going to go ahead and put this demand zone here, but I'm going to look at this candle. I'm going to tell myself this is a 53-point range candle on a 5-minute time frame. I'm not really comfortable risking 53 points on any one specific trade unless I was trading 1 or 2 micros. So how can I get some size behind this trade to where I can make it make sense to me to allow myself to trade more size? Well, I can tighten up this stop loss box by telling myself any break back below VWAP, I will exit this trade. Okay, now in this particular standpoint, I am looking to enter the trade once we get a following candle confirm the highs. This zone now becomes my demand zone, and regardless if we're chopping around here for 15 minutes in this particular scenario or we're trading above it, I am in a long hold into my supply. Now my supply would be my 20 period moving average, which is the blue line that you see on my screen. So automatically what I want to try to decipher here is if I take a long setup over 21,790, which is this specific candle that I'm highlighting here, over 790 into my 20 SMA is a price of 21,815. Okay, so that's about a 25-point expected return if it hits my supply zone. So that's perfect. That's great. I'm normally looking for 10 to 20 points anyways on a lot of my NQ scalps. And what I'm looking at here by tightening up that stop loss, this demand zone to just right at VWAP here, is from a price of 790 down to 750. Okay, so in this particular case, I'm not giving up 55, 60 points anymore. Now I'm kind of giving up 35 to 40 points, which is a slight negative risk to reward. However, this strategy is going to operate at a very high win rate percentage. What's going to screw that high win rate percentage up is if a trader can't control themselves. If you're taking 24 trades a day, if you're fluctuating the number of contracts you're trading from an average of, let's say 5 micros to 3 minis, right? Because at any one point in time, at any one point in setup, you could definitely take a loss, right? No strategy is going to win at 100%. Even using this VWAP remount strategy will lose. We want to make sure we're always losing around the same that we're making on a day-to-day basis. So how I try to set this up for traders and evolution traders is, let's say on average, your average winning day is $200 to $300. I would say on no given day, we are losing, whether that's on one specific trade or a series of trades, we are losing more than $300 on the day. That's going to keep our R to R 1-to-1 on a day-by-day basis. And I know traders look at R to R in a different form and fashion, where you're looking at it on a trade-by-trade basis, meaning if you're risking 30, 40 points on the NASDAQ, you want to see a 50, 60, 70, 80 point return. I'm saying I'm going to flip that a little bit. I'll give myself the negative R to R, but my 1-to-1 is going to be on a day-by-day basis. So if I take a $100 trade winner and I take a $300 loser, now I'm negative $200. I still have $100 to play with before I hit that max pain of $300 on the day. Because remember, if my average winning day is between $200 and $300, I'm okay with losing the maximum amount of what my daily winning average price is. Okay, so again, that's how I look at it. So here's a particular setup where on Friday we come down to VWAP, we sweep VWAP, we remount it. There's your stop loss box. Here's the next setup here. Right? Notice how we come down to VWAP yet again. We trade below for about 15 minutes before remounting. Okay, so now we have remounted VWAP here, and I'll scroll to the side. And this actually turned out to be a very, very good trade here, because this candle that remounts VWAP was 28 points. So your max risk on this trade is 28 points. Make sure you're putting your box zone there. So if we do start to trade inside of it, you kind of stay patient. Visually, you see that, hey, I'm still over my stop loss here. I'm still in the demand zone. I could still hold this. And you can go ahead and target that little bit of a negative risk to reward. Maybe you're targeting 20 points. Maybe you want to go for a full 1-to-1 at 28 points, or something like that. I mean, I definitely recommend, if you start getting 15, 20 points on the NASDAQ, you definitely, if you're going to decide to hold it, which I don't, I'm an all-in, all-out trader, but if you are going to trail your stop, get at least 15, 20 points, lock in half of that position size, then move your stop loss to break even. If you manage to catch a little bit more, another 10 points, 15 points, start moving your stop loss into profit. That will definitely help. But these are two setups that happened here on Friday. And again, if you're not a trader who's looking to take a million trades a day, and you're just looking for very, very high quality setups, this VWAP remount strategy can be a phenomenal strategy for you. You can definitely scale it. You can scale it across multiple accounts. You can copy trade. You can do this, that, and the other. If you guys want to trade this strategy with me, you can join Evolution Traders. We do live trading Monday through Friday. Again, different hours of the day. Sometimes we'll do the market open. Sometimes we'll do after the 30-minute opening range. A lot of times we will do the New York PM session between lunchtime and about 2 hours after lunch, going into power hour. I never really will trade live during power hour. It's not really my thing. A lot of my work is done, into lunch in the hour after lunch. But there's a lot of educational content in there as well. It's a great community with a lot of other traders. I do challenges where we work together. We do 30-day challenges, road to 3,000, whether that's a payout or that's a past evaluation account where we're holding each other accountable and kind of monitoring on a day in and day out basis. A lot of really, really good stuff there. Also, joining Evolution Traders gives you access to my course that goes over all of my scalping strategies for trading prop firms and the NASDAQ 100. If you're interested in that, that link is down in the description box below. Also, if you guys need evaluation accounts, Apex Day Traders got some really good sales going on right now. You can use code DAnthony. Day Traders is offering Project X platform now, so you can definitely get them at 90% off right now. Apex is 71% off right now. However, Apex does have the $100 lifetime activation fee, which is very, very nice. If you guys want to go straight to sim funded, I would definitely recommend firms like Top One Futures. That link is down in the description box below. That is taking care of the housekeeping. Again, guys, I got to take care of the housekeeping. That's what keeps this channel afloat, so we can continue to make new videos. So full transparency there. They toss me a couple of bucks every time someone signs up through my link or my code. With that being said, I'll catch you guys all in the next video. Have a fantastic weekend. Trade safe next week, guys. And I would love to hear from you guys if you guys start to implement this strategy into your guys' playbook and see how well it does for you. I will catch all of you guys on the next video.